ATM should not be allowed to play that way because that is like the core foundation of what Burning Slash wants to do in a Lord fight.
Oh, well, we'll see how it all comes through, given that we're expecting Burning Flash to stay on the blue side, that meaning first pick. Here's a draft entering game 2 proper. And indeed, we see Burning Flash on the play here. They ban out, again, a lot of Oh My Venus signature heroes, and they lock in that Fredrin, the Novaria, and the Kaja for Blacklist. It's a Bunjingjing's turn. It's Edward's turn. It's Joy.
Edward Joy.
Dapadap.
So, Edward went with an Ala previous game, and Blacklist International pretty much knows whatever that we pick right now for Edward, he wouldn't be able to get the lane priority. Now this time, we're going to switch it around.
Yeah.
We want to get the lane priority. Yeah. We want to play our Ube. We want Edward to start moving around faster.
Exactly. So they go Minotaur. They preempt the storm. They want to go for an engage type of composition here for Blacklist International. You can see that with the Digi ban, there's no real answers to the Minotaur now. But if you're Burning Slash, don't go for attack speed based heroes. Go for big bursts. Like for example, your Beatrix that is gonna be just using the ultimates of the Renner and the Bennett. Go for something like a Brody. It worked well in the previous game. It didn't have a good start, but it might work. Also, those two heroes, they don't really mind the Joy going to the backline, so that might be it. I like the adjustment here for Burning Slash, allowing Joy to be picked up, then picking up the Kaja in exchange.
Could it be that they want Oh My Venus to play more of the comfort? They want Oh My Venus to stick to the same guns by going for more defensive support with this Minotaur immediately snacked up?
Maybe. That might be the case, right? They also want a little bit more of a, I would say, a shot at initiating. Because last game it was a very reactive draft for Blacklist International. Very reactive playstyle. If Arlet, Edward, didn't get a final slash combo that he missed a few times, then it's no more engage. That's why they were really struggling in these neutral objective battles.
There was a couple of times Edward just misses out the final slash.
Yep. You can see that the priority now for Blacklist is onto ATM. I wonder if Burning Slash are considering something like an Esmeralda in the X lane so that they can counter this Joy. But they might just revert back to something like a Terizla. But that means that they will have to just go back to their to full engage composition. They do need burst to go with this Kaja, which is typically the carry. So that is a good ban for sure for Blacklist International.
Wait. Interesting. Coach Mitch and Skyzy still take out the Valentina, or rather the Eve, despite there being a Valentina.
This could be a flex pick. There's the Beatrix. Great
Beatrix still.
Great answer. Burning Flash, are you still going to go for something like a Brody? I think Brody's good in this particular game.
It's bursty.
With the Eve, they are setting up for something like a Leslie pick. It is a very dangerous Leslie pick up against a Joy, but they do have a Kaja, so they already have an answer to it in case they want to go for that pick. Very risky once again, but it is Donut's signature pick in MPLKH.
But just the way that there are thousands of Cambodians watching here in Phnom Penh, Wise's family also flew out. So there are loving eyes in the audience that will support Blacklist here on this matchup.
Can I say Masha or Esmeralda might be the last pick for Burning Slash? We saw Masha being effective versus the Beatrix as well as this. It's Glue. Okay, Glue's still effective.
Okay.
Glue's good?
Glue's good.
And of course, when we were looking at Glue, ATM did play a lot of Glue in his qualifying games. 14 games, and that is a 71% win rate. So this Glue is probably gonna be huge. And let's not forget, Donut is back on the Leslie.
Oh wow, we got some
C-Cat's family now.
That's right. I'm so happy to see that our players have invited the people who supported them throughout their careers. And this is not the sweetest victory. If in front of your family you're able to upset. Here we go, finally it all makes sense. It wasn't going to be the Valentina in the jungle for Wise. He picks up an old favorite here. Not that great of a record in MSC so far, despite the small sample size. He picks up the Baksha.
I think it's gonna be A-OK now. I think that the Baxia would not be getting that 0 win rate anymore. Maybe, perhaps. But ultimately, I think that the drafts coming in from both sides is very interesting to see. We're starting to see both teams starting to revert a little bit more towards their comfort game plan, and they have got what it takes to bring this game to a very close match.
I think it's going to be a better team fight situation for both sides compared to Game 1.
Right.
Game 1 had very few, I'd say, clean 5v5 fights. This time around, there's a good amount of vision. There's a good amount of peel for both sides. And I hope, all I'm hoping is, with a solid lineup like this, for Burn X Flash, they don't burn out. Gentlemen, take the floor. Let's go into game 2.
Game number 2, and this time we have a Leslie on the side of Donut and a Glue on the side of ATM. This is probably gonna be a big game. Let's not forget C-Cat on the Novaria. The front 3 is going to be big.
It all started to be like a pick-off kind of comp coming up from Burning Stash with this Gacha. Then they couple up with a Glue, which kind of solidifies that fact. Although they have a Frederick who wants to engage, they have a solid pick-off type of composition. Nevertheless, Blacklist International, I like this Baksha pick because this means that there is someone to go with Edward whenever they will want to go to Donut's place.
Oh My Venus is the first player to achieve 100 assists in MSC 2023. Trailing behind is Echoes Yaoi with 88. So, right on that point, there's actually an engage here in the mid lane. B7 might be caught, forced to use the dash, holding on to the flicker. But I do want to bring up one thing here, Wolf. C-Cat chose to go for Mystery Shop.
That's actually very surprising. I didn't think that will be the case. But then again, he's a mid laner, so he will output the damage. He's not going to be focusing on like spamming his spells as much as you would if you're rocking the Impure Rage. And this might be because they want to take advantage of the Kaja ultimate.
ATM already dove early on here, but Wise will just give the respect that they need. But also Edward. Bargain Hunter.
The focus on the bottom lane is very evident from the side of Blacklist International. The amount of priority that this Joyce have and how he can just make his way over to the middle lane is fast. And do note that when it comes down to the mid-to-mid matchup, Novaria clears the wave way faster than Valentina. And it makes sense for Oh My Venus to try to come in to clear the wave and help Valentina to unlock him, to move him around the map in order for them to both hit level 4 for the total fight.
Look at the minimap. Wise is actually up top. He understands that he can get back to the turtle anyways, or maybe just trade the purple buff.
Yeah, B7 doesn't have level 4, so he's not able to actually zone Wise away. Wise will just take that away, but he uses the Retribution now. Chama will find the turtle for free. Chama with the taunt now onto Venus. That's everybody! That's the 7 the Flicker combo and the Divine Judgment. US still able to maneuver out. Now with the split stolen away, he should be able to escape. Burn X Flash, they secure the objective, but Blacklist get a good trade.
Now, that is a trade of a purple buff and a turtle. Yep. Something that I don't see much from Blacklist International is to give away the turtle.
Yeah. Well, they did do that in MPLPH Season 11's finals. They gave away the first turtle of the game, and then they snowball out of it. And they do it typically with Baksha. The ideology is, once you get more buffs, more neutral camps, versus your jungling matchup, you get so much damage. You get overloaded with levels. Wise is level 6, 3/4 of the way to level 7, while Chima is just level 5. And eventually, Turtle number 2 and 3, and then eventually Lord 1, the experience is just off the roof.
So it all boils down to a matchup of Wise versus Shamar. Blacklist International wants to bolster their front lines. They want to keep Wise levels ahead of Shamar. It could come into the point whereby it is higher retribution damage in the later stages of the game, or just general damage overall of what a Boxer could do for the team.
And that means that they have the tools to shut down the glue, right? The glue is a glue as well as the Fredrin. They rely on sustain. They want to get back their HP. With the Baksha being in there, it's the way to go. And this is a very smart take from Blacklist International. Not the first time that they did it, but now they're showing it in the international stage at MSC and working full well for their team.
Scary stuff right now. ATM cutting the waves very deep. Might be punished. US stole the Divine Judgment. Good flicker out. That could have been bad as the turtle spawns in. It's already a pretty big battle spell burnt though, so ATM will not have the split nor flicker.
Well, at least now the turtle is going to be appearing up north, while Blacklist International have 2 personnel down bottom.
Minion Fury and a Divine Judgment. ATM will fall, and that's first blood for Blacklist International in the 4th minute of the game. A lane swap as well, as that was sent down below. Chama should be able to find this turtle for free with the Retribution. Wise unable to go for any invades.
The trade for the turtle while taking ATM down. They found the pickup and they are pushing Owl down to the bottom lane. So now everything is shifted. They're trying to get Owl into the mix. They're trying to give all the priorities over to Owl. After taking down all of these energy turrets, I am rather confident to say that Owl should be able to, once this turret goes down, he should be active and be able to contribute a lot more in fight as compared to Donut, his can't.
Divine Judgment, one more shot from Donut is all he needs, but Edward gets out. Now Venus jumps in with a knock-up. Donut gonna be knocked up, and US unable to find just some damage here. Donut in the midst of it all, jumping back in. US low! He's up for the kill. Donut finds it. It's 1 for 1 in the gold lane. Now who's it worth for?
Oh, definitely side of Blacklist, but because Chima was able to push in the middle, now it shifts and dips back to Burn Splash favor. The fact that Donut was able to get the kill before he died, that was actually a lot of value for Burn Splash. Then again, Burn Splash, they want to play this late. They cannot win in this early game anyways because this is Blacklist International with Baksha, Joy as well as the Beatrix. They kind of conceded. The fact that they're evening out, that's already good news for the Cambodians.
The funny thing is the fact that, well, Yue went down because of a single ballista shot. The ballista was the one that got the last hit.
That's right.
Ultimately, that is great for Burn Splash. They're trying to, kind of close up the gap as much as they can. There isn't even much deficit at this point in time. And Blacklist International, they are ready to rumble. They made themselves, they pushed themselves all the way down in the bottom lane after Beatrix is pretty much done farming up all of the energy turrets in the bottom lane. And let's not forget, it's 6 minutes and 20 seconds in.
Yeah. So Owl got a lot of the turret gold in the bottom lane, but he's actually still behind in gold compared to Burn X Splash's Donut. Something to note down. That means his farming and his laning for Donut has been absolutely spectacular.
All the turrets are still up, so both teams are still playing a little bit more of a stay in the lane kind of composition. Blacklist International still have a lot of lane priority going on.
I was about to say, how does Wise do it? How is he ahead with 2 turtles going to Burn X Splash, but he's still there. Chama is able to win the red tree battle despite being a level down. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, you can already see the Leslie deal damage right now with these 7 flickers forward, unable to find Yue right now, but Venus Fury comes down. Donut's free, hitting in the back. Venus forced to run away. Burn X Splash, I think they've done enough to zone Blacklist away from this turret, but with a few members walking down again, will Burn actually be able to take this turret down?
A very effective reset. Blacklist International, they're gonna have to go for this reset, but for now, the conceal play didn't really quite do much, except for the fact to zone them away from the first tier defense turret.
This is such a... That box was set up from Burn Splash so well. They have the conceal play only to threaten.
BOD?
That was BOD, in fact.
7 minutes?
5.5k total for now for Donut. Raw boots though, bare boots. It's the brown boots that he picked up.
And even the Berserker's Fury.
This is massive already. If he gets the Endless Battle next, he can completely just ignore the boots. He has the peel ready, and Edward, he might just get bursted down as the top lane. ATM's going to be able to escape right now, and it's going to be a kill! Donut! 7 minutes in, this Leslie is not just scaling, he is snowballing.
This is big.
And now they're going to steal the purple buff away from Wise. And that timer has expired for Blacklist.
With the trade though, whenever there's a play. Now though, Burn X Splash getting the better of the trade. Wise ready with an early Twilight armor. Burn gets a tier 2 in the mid lane.
There could be even a possibility that Burn X Splash will want to take this opportunity to starve out Blacklist International as much as possible. First tier, second tier, middle lane, completely gone. As long as they do have information, which is what Donut is looking to do, they will be able to get a very good idea if whether C-Cat can push up top. And now, with the information, they know!
Venus with the flicker, C-Cat gonna be gunned down, but he's able to escape right now as Tamal walks forward! The Cambodian crowd goes wild, the taunt connects onto Yue as he soaks in a lot of damage, and Yue will fall to the 7th. The Appraiser's Brand and the Divine Judgment brings Venus back to Donut. It's another snipe down. Ow! Very low, they're looking for a dive. The Venom's Rage committed out. Owl, no flicker. C-Cat looking for one. C-Cat has come alive. 9 minutes in, perfectly timed, perfectly converted from the Cambodians to a Lord.
Game 1 was a warm-up, dudes. Burnex Flash, this is their true form. Perfect movements coming up from Seacat. He avoids the full gank of Blacklist, forcing the flicker out, gets out of the map, then goes down to flicker out and save his teammates. Then lands the killing blow onto Owl. They're on fire.
I'm getting the shivers. Blacklist International probably is having that as well.
I've never seen Blacklist forced to fight. Wise had to go up front, shield Unity in to just open up the map, and Burnex Flash chunks him down despite having a Twilight armor.
Let me remind you what the burn timers are. 9 minutes. It's their timing. Burnex Flash, they group up together, they outplay their opponents. Donut is a league ahead of the Beatrix this game. And with 3 items incoming, if Seacat lands the Astrosphere and Donut just lands one hit, it's so much damage.
It's burn time.
Oh my god.
D7, looking for the Divine Judgment now. ATM jumps forward in the back line. Donut free hitting. Donut free hitting in the back. Seacat found the kill. Wise now taunted up. Donut has a few more shots in him. The Divine Judgment brings him back. Donut's wild. It's a mega kill for Donut. 3 members down. The Beaver's crashing committed. But it's going to be Owl who gets chunked down. Donut has one more shot and he can kill Owl. He's waiting. They're marching.
7 seconds, 9
One
seconds.
more set. A few seconds for Venus to respawn. They're not going to be able to take this base down for now. But they've been able to crack the base open. Burnex Flash with a 6,000 gold lead up against Blacklist.
For a second, I thought that they will do what they did in game number 1.
Yeah.
I was kind of scared.
But at least there is going to be parallel push from the top and the bottom lane, right? We do have the mega creeps that will march on forward. But for now, the main thing that we want to see is exactly the outplay or the play around coming in from Burnex Flash and Blacklist International. What exactly transpired down here?
Very crucial grenade coming out from Donut to actually stop Edward, because Edward was onto him already. When he timed his second skill, the grenade was there, he was able to get out and also stop Edward from dashing through. That was so crucial because now Edward cannot reset the dashes anymore.
11 minutes and 30 seconds left. Burnex Flash, they are in the zone. They are waiting for the Lord to eventually appear. And I believe that the nightmare of game number 1 is playing in their head. They're thinking about this. What is the core game plan here in order to not execute the same mistake that they have did in the previous game?
Just don't group up. Utilize the range of Donut. I think that they're going to be fine, right?
Don't group up.
Just remember that the Donut is long range, like hell of a range actually.
So all they got to do, hang back a little bit. But contradictory right now, Burnex Flash grouped up in Blacklist International's jungle. They were preparing themselves for something. But Blacklist International, they were disciplined. They do not want to push everyone else out. But Seacat is the only one that made his way down to the bottom lane to try to defend. But these 2 members all the way down below, they are not making a move just yet. And this slow, steady, bushwhack move, this positioning may be very important to the upcoming Lord's fight. What exactly is the game plan here from Wise and Edward?
They found Donut right now, and that's going to be the dive coming in. Donut flickering out of the wall right now. A good second skill, but Donut's going to be cut down! Donut will fall! Minute Fury on the 3! They have grouped up! Seacat clinging on to dear life. Yue with a flicker forward, and Blacklist with a key back into the game. They have found a way. Burn that Filipino bush in the bottom lane.
The Filipino bush.
Is that really a thing?
I don't know. Is it a thing, Wolf?
We'll make
It is a thing.
We'll make it a thing now.
Yeah,
It's a Filipino bush.
You have a wing. You have wings, bushes on the. You have the left wing bush on the left side, the right wing bush, south side window bush. That was the play, and to be in all due fairness, you thought that it will be read through by Burnex Flash, but oh my Venus player, well look at that jump.
Wow.
That was so beautiful to see.
Orchestrated. This is absolutely just asking for it. Blacklist International has played out this moment, played out what they wanted. And that is the result that they have. They brought down 4 members from Burnex Flash, and they even gotten themselves the Lord.
Okay.
Seacat was the only one that could have opened up the map. He was clearing out the waves down below as well. The fact that he didn't just throw a random skill over there, it caused this to happen. Blacklist the way back into the game, and now they're truly getting flashbacks of game number 1.
They have even the lead. Like it's not just them cutting deficit. This is them getting the lead. I mean, the way that they played this Baksha, it's so smart. Coming out from the side of Blacklist International.
I didn't think that this is how they were played either. I thought it was, Bouncia, a lot of mobility, run here, run there, become a wheel, crash and bang. So, at this point in time, Blacklist International, they're just holding it down. Back to their disciplined gameplay. Calm, compose, and look for the final time or look for the right time to eventually jump in on the right person.
ATM, I don't think he is the right person. He pops in the split though. D7's looking for the Divine Judgment as Edward's gonna be caught. Edward's gone back to the deep of the flicker as well. Jamal with the taunt, but he's able to escape. A good Minion's Fury by Venus to help with the disengage. Blacklist International running for the hills. They do not want to commit this time around. They can get poked down still. And Vernix Flash will be able to defend their base.
Completely walked out of there. Edward was pulled in and caught with the Divine Judgment, but somehow it just doesn't seem to do much.
Yep. D7 stayed in that bush up top for quite a long time, and he did not find the opening onto Edward. Well, he did find it eventually, but there wasn't Donut in the vicinity. And Oh My Venus usually blocked that shot. That's why you can see that the entirety of Blacklist International just got away. Just because the fact that D7 cannot find a good look. Surely, eventually, he got Edward, but it wasn't enough. They needed more.
I mean, Donut was also focusing on hyper-focused in the middle lane. While the Divine Judgment was going on, he didn't land a single shot in.
Divine Judgment, Immortality going to be down right now as the flicker comes through from Venus, but that's going to be the gun down once again. Donut free hitting in the back, not able to find that Minion Fury range. Owl's doing the same thing right now, but C-Cat has some damage. Donut trying to delay Venus with the ultimate, opens up the vision. Some snipes going down. D7 trying to provide some more vision for Vernix Flash to play with. Both of the junglers down. Both the teams will not be able to contest for the Lord for now.
It's a 1-for-1 trade. Vernix Flash, this is the game, or rather that was the fight where Donut was able to contribute to all of the lockdowns that, that his own teammate managed to bring up.
Coming up for Donut. They're just focused on damage. I mean, I totally understand why. Then again, they're starting the Lord. You have to be careful about this if you're Vernix Flash. You don't know where Edward is. Oh, now they... Oh,
Zero information.
Oh, Edward trying to deal some damage right now with a burst. Coming in.
Not good.
But Edward will be bursted first. Vengeance coming down. 1 HP now. Divine Judgment locking out the UN with Winner's Punch, and he's buying some time. But not enough. C-Cat finds the kill. D7 losing Immortality. Blacklist International still with a better position onto the Lord with the wave pushing in that top lane. BXF, what do they do to take control back?
So, I think that at this point in time, even if Yue is not in this game, the fight, the numbers is still going to be on a stalemate. Vernix Flash still have to work onto the top lane. They still have to push it up. They still have to defend this. And by the time that Vernix Flash is ready, Blacklist International's Yue will come in at the right time. So Wise just need to reset this Lord, push Shamar away, and find the right opportunity.
Oh, the Lord Dance.
5 seconds for you at a spawn. Vernix Flash. This should be free, but Wise, look at Wise. C-Cat's opening up the map right now. Wise gonna be spotted down as they try to pressure Wise away. Chama, will he save it for his team, or will Wise, the king of the jungle, come through? Clutch. ATM looking him down right now. Chama! How did Owl steal that? Wise will still fall now. Getting Minions Fury from Venus, but Donut is massive. Another shot down onto the back line. Owl still able to disengage. But Blacklist International, they found a way perhaps to prolong the game even more.
That was so sweaty.
He single-handedly saved the game.
Give us a replay. I want to see it. What happened?
Well, by the way,
how did Shamar lose in that retribution fight?
No idea.
I would like to credit Vernix Flash for doing that play. However, even after they lost that the Lord Retribution fight, the fact of the matter is they know what to do. They utilize, instead of like utilizing the Divine Judgment, they opted to go for Glue's ultimate to isolate that Wise. But then again, Chimar just really did underestimate, you know, the Renner damage coming out from the Beatrix.
So it really boils down to ATM's positioning. ATM just stuck himself onto Wise and waited for the perfect moment to eventually draw him away from the Lord. While Shamar is still sticking onto the Lord, he stood no time at all. But it's all about the timing. Edward and Oh My Venus.
It's just the Retribution coming up from Chima. The nerfs are getting there.
He retreat late?
Super late. Or maybe a little bit too early. That's the Bennett. And he was probably scared of the damage output of the Beatrix, understandably so.
Yeah, he can see the Banet's Rage in the air.
Yep.
You gotta have to predict, you gotta have to, not predict, but you gotta have to expect it.
Exactly.
But how much damage can a Banet's Rage really, realistically do to a Lord?
It's a lot.
So that's why he's either late or early.
Yep.
You can't time it right.
Okay, it's very difficult. And even if you are Chamali, right, you understand why you want to dodge that. Because you don't have he doesn't have a like physical defense, only the blade armor.
Oh.
He didn't have like a Tikaras or something else. He respects the fact that that's a lot of damage. Still, I think it's a mortal sin to lose that fight, especially after the entirety of your teammates doing the right play. They already isolated Wise. Even when you're so good as Wise on the Retribution, the fact that you're away from the Lord, stand no chance.
It was a 100-0. It wasn't a 50-50. It should have been a 100-0, but I will.
100%, yeah.
It should have been.
Even with Donut, honestly, when you have a Leslie on your team, you technically have 3 Retributions. The first basic attack with the passive, the second with your first skill active, and then the Retribution, the real one. At this point, you can actually, I would say Donut does more than the Retribution.
Probably, yeah. So, I mean, especially since we're looking at true damage after all. Blacklist International, they're trying to open the maps up. ATM is going to be the front lines of Burn X Flash and getting as much information as they can. Right now, goal lead whatsoever, that's not important anymore. It's only 2K. It's not important.
It's not important.
Now it's all about the team play.
Yep.
The macro, the micro. Who does this? Who does that? And Burn X Flash, they have come so close. They just cannot repeat the same mistake of game number 1.
Let's see. Venus
Hortense.
opening up the map. Good poke down onto Venus. Good shot as well. Half HP on Venus. First about the regeneration soon, but he doesn't. Just waits on it. ATM clearing up the mid lane. Both teams still fighting for prio in these lanes.
Yep. Top lane, very thick amount of minions.
Yes. As such, CCAT will have to move away. But this is probably information that Blacklist International can use. They're clearing out as much as they can. The entirety of Blacklist International, they rotated around, counterclockwise positioning.
Ooh, Donut
They're all
does not
waiting.
see that.
Oh, they know! Right now! He's setting out of nowhere! Speed and Fury connecting, but Donut 3-hitting! Appraiser's Wrath coming down right now as Wise tries to buy the time. That's the winner Truncheon bot as well, but Donut finds a double! It's a double kill. ATM
The flicker!
Going on to Yue. Now Yue buys the immortality, buying some time. It's a triple kill for Donut. ATM has bought enough time. They're gonna go straight for the mid lane. Yue and Venus. How do they make this miracle play happen again? 2 minion waves coming crashing down into the base right now. Yue trying to do magic, but he will not be able to do so. Burn X Flash! The flames of Cambodia live in the venue.
Cambodia want it all! This is the game! You've witnessed what you want to see! Burn X Flash! They did what they wanted to do. They broke the code. Game 1 was close. Game 2, they succeeded.
Take it in.
Absorb it all.
Electric atmosphere from the crowd here at the Aeon Mall, Mengchai.
I'm getting shivers.
I thought
Wolf.
they did not see it. Alright, there's this argument that you can actually pop your ultimate as Leslie, then quickly tap it afterwards. You have a prompt that there's someone else there, and they knew the Various ultimate caught everybody in that long bush up top.
The Astral
Donut knows how to use it. Quick taps.
He's a fast tapper.
Hold it on for a little bit, huh?
Wow.
The vision game is absolutely
Wow.
phenomenal when you have an Avaria. On top of that, Leslie, the range as well. That's why Blacklist's only way to win was flanking. If they find a good flank, they will win. But if they don't, if Chama is able to open up, if D7 finds a good engage on Owl, it is pretty much over.
The flank happened once, and it worked once. And this time, Blacklist International wanted to go for the second time. We are all flabbergasted. I'm pretty sure Leo is as well.
Well, checking my guess coins, boys. I am not as confident in
Is
what
that
I
best
actually
phone?
put in.
Is that best
It's the
phone?
ROG Phone 7. Yes, can confirm, in Phantom Black. Now, looking back at it, some things remain true from Game 1, and some things much to Burn X Flash's benefit, have changed. Definitely you can see, besides the mechanics that all of their players shown, even the macro has changed.
Oh my
and I
God.
think now we can confirm, much like the initial Kings of Sea, there are also such a thing as burn timers.
Burn timers.
9 minutes, right?
9 minutes.
As soon as that clock hits 9 minutes, it's time to fire up. And Donut knows.
Donut knows that.
Donut knows that very well.
I definitely agree with you. Maybe that is the coach's decision to do that, or maybe that's the entire team's mojo or rhythm just runs through. I mean, it looks solid. It looks like they consistently did it through scrims. It doesn't look like a thing that they just happenstance, happen to just find out this MSC. It really looked like they rehearsed that for sure.
This is a very tough game to watch. This game is so close, and I'm pretty sure
Give it to him.
Donut, he's known for this.
11 kills.
He's known for this.
He was both payoff and setup, especially in that very last fight in the long bush. Again, mechanics, macro, all in the young Marius Can, all in Donut.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. By the way,
The faith in Donut, guys.
Faith in Donut. I mean, game number 1 didn't start well for him, but he still recovered. Game number 2, he was there was a 3-man rotation up top that he got a kill first before he was brought down. Gets the Berserker's Fury and the Blade of Despair at 5 minutes.
7
minutes.
And
With
was
no
leading
boost.
all throughout this game, all over the place. Activated 9 minutes. You would wonder, some teams will utilize this Leslie in the latter portions of the game. We call that, right? They're gonna wait for it. But 9 minutes is a timer. Burn X Flash, they say to Donut, okay, 9 minutes, you have to be ready no matter what happens. Donut says, I'm gonna do it earlier. 7 minutes, let's go.
We mentioned it in the game. When a Leslie does not scale, when a Leslie snowballs, you are in some trouble. The fact that he got that 7-minute BOD and transitioned it over to an Endless and a second BOD super early, he took control of the game. He was the game.
He was the game. Thank you. That cannon with 1 HP remaining gave him that extra boost to get the last hit. And then Seacat, great plays coming up from Seacat. He dodges the entire T of Blacklist International, then lands the ultimate. He will be the one to close up the kill. Beautiful usage of the ultimate. By the way, oh my Venus, wonderful usage. Look at that. They canceled Edward's dash, utilizing the grenade coming out from Donut.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they got it.
Donut's second skill was on point.
Yep.
I gotta have to say, Donut, he's just constantly kiting against his opponent. I'm keeping my eyes glued onto him. And in the meantime, the entirety of Burn X Flash, they're creating a wall in front of Donut.
All right, this is how you play Leslie, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how Donut plays literally just with the passive. No random basic attacks.
Yes.
This is how you do it. I've seen so many Leslies, I'm talking about you guys in my ranked games, who basic attack
Look at
constantly. Use your passive. Play around your cooldowns. Do not hit if you do not have it unless it's a guaranteed kill.
He's calculated. He understands that this is where I need to place my shots. This is the tempo of the team fight. And arguably, Blacklist also was building back up. Blacklist was finding angles to compromise Donut's positioning. But just the same, Burn was just a step ahead all throughout this 22-minute bout.
You can more or less imagine Leslie playing as a runner. You have that inbuilt timer. You can't shoot it out so much. And that is the best way to get yourself the optimal DPS.
Yep. 4-0 and 11 onto Seacat. I mean, we talked about Donut, but Seacat on his own, like, he did so well in this game. There are other role players there for Burn X Flash. For example, ATM and D7. D7 wants to focus on Owl. ATM wants to focus onto Wise. And it's not about killing Wise. It's just taking away Wise from the important team fights. And you saw in that last clash, when D7 jumps, it was Owl that they caught because of the Novarius ultimate that was set up, and also because of the game sense that was really burning in the side of Burn X Flash.
Back in the group stages, when they got so close to beating ONIC, the question everywhere was ONIC weak or was Burn strong? I think with this game, we finally have our answer. Burn is strong.
And with this game, Blacklist finally tastes the bitter blade of defeat
First
in
time.
all of MSC. This is their first game
MSC.
loss.
No longer unstoppable.
Whew. D7 100% kill participation. I mean, there was an interview earlier on, and we were there, and I think that at least 3 of us, at least 4 of us actually mentioned D7.
Majority.
Yes.
Majority of us, and now he's proving he just proved that it's not just about Natalia or Franco pocket picks. He plays a mean Kaja.
I think